There we go. It looks like it's working so far. We're going to allow this here crazy multidimensional live stream to start materializing out there in the physical realm. And so as we're getting started here, guys, we're going to get our streams concentrated, guys. We're going to hold the time stream together. So, but yeah, here we go, everyone. So I'm going to make sure Facebook's rolling. Everyone here on the panel, go ahead and check your Facebooks as well. If you are joining us in the chat, let us know if you can see us on Facebook. Let us know if you can see us on YouTube. And so we're just getting everybody in the door. Come on in, guys. Okay, so on Facebook, we were instantly placed on private. So get ready, guys. Here it goes. I just made the Facebook live stream on my profile is now public. That's one of the glitches that we run up against every time we do these things. So for those of you guys that are trying to find this, if you're on Facebook, as of right now, this posting just went public. And if you guys can here, I'm going to check the School of Multidimensional YouTube page.
Mine's not showing up live on my page.
Okay, it's going to take a few moments. We are encountering a few little glitches here. And so for those of you guys in YouTube land, let us know if you can hear us. There we go. We do have confirmation on YouTube. Hey, thanks, everybody. It's been a little bit of a bumpy ride, you know, with the technology and all the energy here today. We see you. There we go. Okay, cool. So my YouTube chat just initiated. Really good sign. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you're seeing us here live. I see all your comments. Hello, Paula Bishop. I see Paula Bishop live on Facebook. Okay, it looks like we are here. Hello, Aurora Fileski. We got people in the house. We're going to give it a couple more moments on YouTube. There we go. Kim Rupp, how's it going? Blue Flame Collective. Awesome. Blue Flame Collective's in the house. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 80 people across 2 platforms here. If you're watching us on YouTube, I ask very kindly that you do share this video. It's one of the ways that you can help this movement grow. It's one of the ways that you can help this world change, especially today, on one of the most important days of this entire year. And so if you're on Facebook, we ask you once again, please do share this video. And so my name is Matthew, and this is the School of Multidimensional Intuition. What we are is a group of individuals existing here in physical bodies on the earth plane who are just here today to share our gifts, to share what we do, to share who we are, and to help this community and this soul group stabilize our energy, to help us move into this new age, into this new chapter of consciousness on the earth plane. And so with me today, we have some of the most important people, one of the absolute, some of the best that I have encountered in this physical realm, in terms of energy healing, in terms of psychic or intuitive ability, and just in terms of pure communication, honesty, and authenticity. And so today with us, we have Miss Cathleena Hailey. I was very blessed to encounter Cathleena Hailey at a place called Camp Disclosure earlier this year. And I'm going to tell the story, Cathleena. You might get a little embarrassed, but we were just hanging out at Camp Disclosure earlier this year in North Carolina. Or was it South Carolina? I don't even remember which one it was. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this woman comes up and she says, "Hello, I just came here to meet you. You know, I'm so and so." And I was like, just out of nowhere, this woman rolls in and is like, it's like this instant sort of acknowledgement, this instant of, I know you. And it's like this sort of strange initiation process that I had with Miss Cathleena Hailey, and instantly acknowledged just that she's a person that has something to offer this soul group and this, just this strange family. And so she's going to be sharing some of her work with us here today. I'm going to let her introduce herself in a moment, but we also have Miss Barbara Buck. And for those of you guys that have done some of these other events with me, you'll know that Barbara Buck has been one of the primary forces in my awakening and helping me understand the multidimensional body. And also, I'm just going to say it, some of you guys have heard me say this before, I think Barbara Buck is actually an astral combat lifesaver. There are people that have that ability. There are people that do that. And I have been one of the people that have had the experience of literally being rescued on the astral plane by Barbara Buck. That is no joke. And so I'm really honored that she's here today. She's going to be sharing a bit of herself as well. And so we also have Mr. Simon Esler, who, you guys, this is the first time Simon has done one of these events with us, but Simon has been a person that I have also kind of walked along this path with over the past few years. And, me and Simon we've already talked about this, so it's not really weird anymore, but Simon's one of the people in which I believe we've had a lot of what we call past lives, a lot of education, a lot of what I call training outside of the physical body. And for those of you guys that are just still coming to unpack that process, that's what we call the true process of mystery school education. It's not always something that takes place here through physical experiences. It's knowledge, it's experience, and in many cases, it's a form of literal magic that one brings forth within the voice, within the manner by which they communicate themselves. And so Simon has been a really big force that I've watched within this disclosure scene, and I think he has a lot to offer. So I'm really honored that Simon's here today. And then finally, we have Z Earthstar Healer, who's also been an incredible activator, and one of the people that has just been going along this path with me from the very beginning, back in 2016, when we were both literal different versions of ourselves in almost entirely different bodies, no less, as well. And so Z is going to be here with us today, as you guys can see, just sharing who she is and what she does and the frequency that emanates when she starts to bring in that multi-dimensional self. And so, yeah, at the risk of going on too long, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a lineup of what we're going to be doing here today. Once again, hello to everybody on Facebook. I see you guys. Share this video. Share this video if you can. What we're going to be doing here is just a little bit of a roundtable. We're going to be talking about just everybody's feelings, what everybody's experiencing with this great conjunction, what's happening in your life, what's changing. We're going to do a little bit of a roundtable for a little while, and then Simon Esler is going to open us up today with just his own offering. And what you guys are going to experience in this event today is essentially kind of a sampler. This is a sample of multi-frequency healing, of multi-frequency, multi-dimensional communication. And so each individual is just going to be offering their own frequency. And so we ask that you guys just hang out. We're going to be doing some questions later on, but we'll have Simon Esler at first. Cathleena Hailey is going to be offering her own frequency. Then I'll be stepping in the number 3 spot. For all those of you in the Blue Flame Collective out there, that will be our time, and you know what I mean. After that, we'll have Miss Barbara Buck, and then finally Z is going to be closing us out with something that she has created for us here today. And so, yeah, without much further ado, thank you once again. This is a School of Multidimensional Intuition. We're going to start it out. Miss Cathleena Hailey, thanks for being here. What's happening? How are you? What's going on?
Thanks, Matthew. I'm really happy to be here today. This is going to be a lot of fun. Gosh, what's going on? What isn't going on? It's been quite a crazy year, right? I think really for me, since I am what's considered a frequency alchemist, I am very aware of what I call authentic frequencies versus non-authentic. And the non-authentic frequencies are the ones that I think are really important to alchemize right now. And what I mean by that is that, we're indoctrinated with fear as our base frequency. So because fear is the base, then pretty much all other frequencies or emotions that we're talking about are under the guise of fear. So there's many people who feel like that they're having something like joy and they're thinking that it's authentic, but they're really experiencing joy by getting away from something, and then they feel that's joyful instead of actually being in the present moment. So I think it's really important, because if you don't, this false matrix is tricky, and if you don't really recognize that in order to be in authentic emotions, you have to be in the now moment without judgment, right? You can't be in a place that you're trying to get away from something else. You have to be in the now without judgment. So anyway, that's kind of where I've been, and what's happening with me is a lot of these types of frequencies. I've had a lot happen in my life in relationship to that. I just moved. So, I always say the next stop on the geographical map. I've been bouncing around and, doing a lot of grid work and a lot of different stuff in relationship to all these frequencies. So that's where I am, and that's what's going on. That's what I'll be doing today. So thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Where did you move to, by the way?
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Hot Springs, Arkansas. What's up? If anyone else is out there in Hot Springs, Arkansas, you never know. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Yeah.
Yeah, look me up. I just got here for sure. Send me.
Nice. Thank you.
It's great.
Thank you. And next we have Miss Barbara Buck. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself. Thank you for being here. What's happening in your world?
Oh my gosh. So I am I'm obviously Barbara Buck. You can see there. I'm an intuitive healer, and I do mentoring for other healers to help them kind of connect into their own unique frequencies and ways of, helping other people with their healing process and however that may manifest. So I just help them to kind of remember that which they already are, really. So that's kind of what primarily I do. I also just moved like a month ago into the forest and outside of Eugene, Oregon, onto this really gorgeous property with just the energy here is really amazing. Everybody who comes here, they don't want to leave because it's just a kind of a healing space. It's really a healing space because you have all this elemental energy here that is just really connected into the planetary body and into Gaia. And then we have light ships here that you can see, with the eye. It's almost very similar to Shasta. When we go there and we hang out, we see all the light ships. So you have this really nice mixture of the two frequencies. What's been going on with me is, doing my own personal work, a lot of shadow work. Oh my gosh. It's so much shadow work and it's something that I do regularly for myself anyway. It's just what I do. It's a constant thing to be just sitting with that and working with that, recognizing that you can't really take it with you in a way. So we just continue to transmute it throughout our journey. And I'm noticing that clients are really having a tough time right now, feeling really bogged down by their shadow bodies that are coming to surface. Really, it's a blessing, but it can be really super challenging. So I've been really busy renovating a 100-year-old cottage, trying to connect in with this property because of this big event that's coming. And this big event is just the beginning of a lot of things, right? So just trying to kind of get myself settled in here, and then also trying to kind of traverse all the shifting energy and everybody who's kind of coming to me for help because they're really, really struggling. So it's been really kind of fun and also really difficult last few months here. And this morning I woke up and it was just, did you pee me? Oh no, that was from before. So
going on in the chat, everyone. We're like,
because I can talk. I woke up this morning and it was really, I felt different this morning. Cathleena and I were talking about this. And normally when they have these big proclamations that something is going to happen, I never go through it because this is just, I'm going through my evolutionary process. I'm riding the wave. But this morning I woke up and it felt different. So I sat there and I was checking in with the grid underneath the property, the grid that's connected into the property. And there was all this just really gorgeous energy happening. And then I also felt all this galactic energy coming in. And it was beautiful. But what was interesting was kind of in between those two, I felt this little bit of a crust, like a little bit of a thin kind of a crust. And I was sitting there and I was like, that's interesting. It wasn't so dense that you couldn't pop through it, kind of like thin ice on a lake. You can just kind of break through it or just melt it a little bit. And I felt it and I was like thinking about it and I was like, was that what I was connected into yesterday? Was like that what my energy was yesterday? I don't really know. I'm not really sure. But when I sat with it and I noticed that as I was sitting with it, what was happening was just anchoring in these frequencies like most of us do when we're sitting in them and doing our own work. It was just, it just kind of started to dissolve in my space and around my space. And so today I was going to do something completely different, but whenever we do these things, I always don't do like this, just gets thrown away and I do something else. So today I think what I'm going to do is just help everybody connect into their own space and their own connection into their lines, that are beneath the space that they're in, and just making sure that it's all flowing and integrating. And then we can just sit in it for a few minutes and just bask in all this loveliness because the energy feels good right now. Really, really good.
That's what people need. Really, really. Yeah, no, thank you.
So that's me.
Yeah, no, and let's formally introduce Mr. Simon Esler. For those of you guys who are aware, Simon Esler is literally isn't he banned from Facebook? He's been removed. So we are in mid-censorship stage here with Mr. Simon Esler. So I want to say, everyone out there, please give this guy a round of applause. He has resurfaced from the bowels of the dark internet. They could not keep him down. He's back on Facebook. Simon, what's happening?
Thank you. What a great introduction. Well, I'm pleased to be sneaking back onto Facebook. This is good. I appreciate that very much. In your face, Zuckerberg. Yeah, I am ordained as a metaphysical minister. I'm a full disclosure activist. I create content to help support free thought, the survival of free thought on Earth, basically. And I'm just really glad to be here. I have been experiencing, very similar things, really, really deep shadow work. I kind of feel like I'm being pulled in many, many directions. Like I'm being pulled to feel, I have to feel feelings so strongly that I'm not allowed to even question them in any way. Like I have to go so fully into them, which is kind of weird because some of it is sort of, childish and intense. And I don't know, it's weird. It's weird work, but I'm not surprised because shadow work is weird. And really, it's been very fruitful. I'm blessed to have 2 children sort of anchoring me through this process. And that's been really, really helpful. I think that as we progress more as a collective, we're really moving towards innocence, really back to a mature connection with innocence. And one of the major ways I feel we have to do that is just purifying our awareness. And that's one of the things I'm going to be offering today. How do we purify the awareness that we take inward? If we're going to be doing inner work, if we're doing meditation, can we purify that awareness before we bring it in and offer a quality of awareness that's going to enhance the work? So I look forward to offering that today, and I'm super glad to be here. Thank you kindly, Matthew, for the invite.
Totally. Sincerely, it's really, really good to have, true spiritual warriors, true mystics, true intuitives, people that are actually here working on the side of the light and the frequency of truth. And I don't know, I mean that very, very sincerely. Thank you for being here, Simon. And we're also going to introduce the Earthstar Healer. Thanks for rolling in the door. What's happening in your strange world?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, I am just so excited and joyful to be here with our soul family today. Matthew's always very on point when he decides to pull us all together, and the energies are feeling beautiful. I am a galactic medicine woman, and I bring in kind of frequencies and energies which are healing of the relevant things that we're all moving through right now and on the planet. That means bring lucidity into the crevices of our experience that for the most part we might be, too afraid or it's too weird to acknowledge. And so personally, I call it that I've been in this crazy 2-3 week training around the reptilian energy. And it's been super intense, just recognizing how this energy has kind of infiltrated our world on so many levels. And I feel that my work predominantly lies in assisting humanity in healing from those levels of trauma. And so we're going to do some sound healing, we're going to do some weaving, and I think that a lot of the themes that are being talked about already are very much in alignment. And so I'm always just really ecstatic because every time, we do this, like everybody's kind of really just already got their positions and we're like, all right, we didn't have to talk about this in real life, but here we go. So thank you for pulling us together, Matt, and thanks for everyone for joining.
Totally. Thank you for being here. And also, if you can, feel free to turn up your mic, Z, if you want to bump up.
Is this turning it up? Is that louder? Is
Keep
that
going.
louder? Is that louder?
I think it is. Let us know in the chat,
okay.
you guys. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. So forgive me if I'm like, maybe it was just a little quiet for me, but we just like to make sure everybody's audible. I think what we're going to do is I just want to ask maybe a question or two of the panelists that are here. And feel free to, respond in whatever ways you guys feel is relevant. But a lot of people right now on the Earth plane with this grand conjunction and this alignment, Saturn and Jupiter, and just the manner by which change is taking place on the physical plane, here in the physical realm. I'm wondering if just let's go through. I'm curious, what do you guys see happening? What do you think is about to take place? Or rather, what do you think is important for people to know? And, take whatever you can for this question. What do you think is important for people to know that are just now awakening, that are just coming here on this day? They notice something's changing in their world. What do you think people need to know? Cathleena, go ahead.
Well, I think that they need to know that the ascension process is the physical body. So we're not ascending, the body's ascending, so that what they're going to start to feel probably is pretty uncomfortable in their body, and so, just be aware of that and allow for those emotions, allow for all of that energy just to be able to start releasing, and know that everything that you're looking for is right here. This is the key. This is the millionaire. This is the life. Everything is right here. The body is the 100%. The experience. And so, you have the power 100% of everything about your life. There's nothing out here, really. It's all here. Whatever energy is here, whatever frequency here is what you are creating out there. So, as simple as that sounds, it's truthful. And that's really how this reptilian consciousness has gotten humanity to do this, is that it's taken something that is innate to us, that's simple, and convinced us that it's not, and to forget about it, right? So forget what you feel in here and react to out there. No, opposite. Pay attention here and create out there. So, so that's really what I would say. And that's going to lead, of course, to what I'm going to end up doing, because I didn't really talk a little bit, and I will just for a second, about what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take you out energetically, past the space-time continuum, past the free will zone, expand your energy way out, so that literally the particles within your physical body at the DNA level are so expanded that the density can release out a lot easier. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. So thank you again, Matthew.
Yeah, no, totally. Thank you, Barbara. What do you think? What's coming up? What's changing?
What do I think? Wow, I love what Cathleena said. I just love it. And you know me well enough to know that I probably would have said something really similar to what she just said. So I approve your message, Cathleena, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. Ascension is an organic process. It's driven by the planetary body. It's driven by the solar body. And so, a lot of us, especially all the star seeds who are out here on the planet right now, many who are just kind of opening up their eyes and finding their wings again, are kind of still, they're not grounded. And so part of the ascension process is, being as fully embodied, like Cathleena said, being very connected into the ground, and not only connected into that, but also kind of reconnecting back into the galactic, grid work and all of that energy that's there, and just being a good conduit. And being a good conduit means doing your self work, doing your own personal healing work, and going on your journey, and not latching on to any guru that comes in and expect them to fly you up to the stars. It doesn't work that way. You have to do the work yourself, and it is a process. It's not like you have a day like today, which is a great conjunction, and it's also the solstice. And there's a lot of amazing energy that we are accessing right now that we haven't been able to access before. That's what I feel. That's what I'm picking up. I don't think that all of a sudden we're all going to just morph into 5D and everything is going to be this brand new world. But I do think that we have this opportunity to make these big shifts together on a regular basis right now. And so focusing on that, along with bringing that into your own personal space, is key through the ascension process. And ascension is a lifelong journey. This is something that you're going to continue working on. You're never going to be done with it, because it's like our collective is calling us back home. That's what ascension is, right? We're starting to move back into alignment with our light bodies are all coming together. So it's just very important to just make sure that you're doing your self-work and taking care of this body, this bioelectric suit that we've got going on by eating healthy and all that kind of stuff. I hope I answered your question.
I think we did. I think like kind of the whole idea is that there's really no like concrete answers to any of these questions, and I think that everyone it's kind of just like this is where we are all at. We are all at. Everything that you guys are saying so far is in alignment with kind of where my journey has been, and where we're going. And I know Simon also. Yeah. How about you? What do you think people need to know? What's changing, or especially what's coming up within this grand conjunction? What are you seeing?
Well, so when I was in theater school, we trained in this particular kind of theater creation called devised theater. And the way they would train us into doing this is they would give us a list of restrictions. And they'd say, this piece has to have a death, a kiss, a jump, a passage from a book, and a clip from a magazine. And you would have to meet all these restrictions. But what they showed us was that in the artistic process, restrictions are what free you. That when you're facing the blank canvas, that's actually an entrapment. But when you have modes through which you can work, then you're free. And I really feel that this is analogous to what's going on with this great conjunction, that you have the constriction of Saturn, these structures being imposed. And while it could be interpreted as an imposition on us that is negative, it's actually a pressure, a container in which our freedom can be birthed. And so as we're going through this strange process of being given an opportunity to expand within this constricting experience, I really think that there's like a universal lesson here, that there is a sort of implosive nature to this whole process. And, if you look at the way that the cabal and the deep state and they view Saturn, from their perspective, this is a satanic planet that's supporting all of their endeavors. And in fact, I really find that knowing that that's where they're coming from is really helpful, because they're going to be doing work with this. They're going to be trying to work with the planets and bring their perspective to it. But on a really basic level, I think we need to understand this idea of being constricted so that we become free. And you can even look at this from the perspective of the lockdowns and the social distancing and the masking. These are all these constrictive pressures that keep escalating as we face these shadows. And the result is this birthing, this freeing process. So, try to find the freedom in the constrictions, I would say, and see how they're actually being of service to you. And don't get caught in the idea that you should be free right now, but you're not,
Okay, I hope my mic is louder. I turned it up a bit. Okay, so let's get weird. So because I was thinking a lot about this conjunction and how the solstice energy in the winter is really about retreating and renewing and shedding of the old things and imagining the things that we're going to be creating through this hibernation period that's the winter. And so when Jupiter, which is a very expansive energy to me, and Saturn, which is kind of like the structural energy, it makes me think that something around the structure itself, time and limitation and our society, it's being expanded. So in this way, the reality is literally jumping into a higher expression of itself. Now, what's interesting is that I actually have Jupiter in Scorpio in my personal chart. And so this period of time, even for me, I work a lot with my Taoist ancestors who mastered, the art of sexual energy and seeing that sexual energy is actually creation energy. And so my last 2 weeks has really been, really going in and clearing out all these distortions and things that degrade my understanding and relationship with my own sexual energy. And so these energies that I'm bringing in today, it's about connecting our sexual energy with our heart and with our higher self so that we can actually align our creational vessels to really create with our creator power inside of our own body instead of, praying for something outside of ourselves to make something significant happen in our own life like we're trained to do. So it's a sexy time in the universe. the planet Earth, and nature is so full of this beautiful creation energy that is sexy, and we're going to do some work around that inside today.
Oh man, I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would say from my own perspective and kind of watching the overall goings-ons, or what we might call the positioning taking place in what I would identify as either an astral realm or the space that's directly outside of this physical space, directly influencing this one, is from my point of view, it appears as though we are experiencing a literal shift. It's like a template change on a number of different levels. One of those we're already seeing within the political realm. We're seeing one within other, areas of industry or the third density constructs within our world. But then at the same time, I think the most momentous and I would say the most powerful change or shift that is taking place with this great conjunction is within us, within the frequency that many of us in the spiritual community are beginning to understand as essentially fourth density energy. And the process by which through the physical lifetime, we move through these literal gateways of experience, these gateways of frequency. And right here in December of 2020, we are experiencing a literal gateway of energy on this day. And for those of you guys that are still, getting a handle as to how these sort of energy gateways or these portal dates work, it's not a finite dose of energy that you receive on that day. It's like moving through a passage or a portal into the next stage of your experience. And so a lot of people right now are talking about how, there's going to be this rapture thing, or everyone's going to, the physical bifurcation of timelines, and you're going to go in that world and I'm going to go in that world. And the reality is each of those worlds, each of those frequencies, each of the, the shadow self and the light self, whatever that version of us is, both inward and outward, continues to exist in this realm. But ourselves internally, we begin to gravitate or move or pass more fully into the next version of us that we've chosen. And for many of us here that were called here today, it's literally because through some arrangement or some agreement or what feels like an accidental, I just clicked on this live stream, my good, I don't know, I was going to go to this meditation. What's actually happening is you are coming through a portal of your own consciousness, your own understanding. And I think what we're going to find when this physical lifetime is over, and for some of you guys, this will be the part where the filter in your brain turns off. But what's going to happen is after this physical lifetime, I guarantee you guys, we're all going to be hanging out, talking about this, going, man, remember this experience on Earth? And there was this guy and this one, and you were this and you were that, and man, all that stuff. And the reason is, you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it with this, is because this is what we signed up for. This is the greatest mystery, the greatest game, the greatest possible experience. And no matter where you are on Earth right now in this journey, this is literally our time. And so anyway, I think we're going to see a huge restructuring all over the world. At least that's what I believe, and we're already seeing it happen. So anyways, with that, I'm gonna kind of pause my rant there. And for everyone hanging out here on Facebook and YouTube, please do share this video. You can be of incredible benefit to those of us that are here speaking our truth just by simply sharing this video. I want to make that known. We're not here to sell you guys anything. We're not trying to get you to sign up for anything here today. We're not trying to get you to invest in our process or join us in a spiritual movement. What we are here to do today is just help everybody go through their own process, their own exploration, their own empowerment. And for each and every person, it's going to be 100% individual and unique to what you chose to create before you came into this body. And so anyway, with all that, yeah, we're gonna begin just the stage of private offerings. Everyone here today has just come with their own frequency, their own process, and we're gonna be starting it out with none other than Mr. Simon Esler, somebody that I've been looking forward to hear this guy speak again. And so what's going to happen for everybody that's watching is everybody else on the screen here, we're just going to kind of pull out, and we're going to give Simon the floor for about 15 to 20 minutes. And Simon's going to take us through his own process in his own timing. And yeah, Simon, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you, my friend.
All right. Thank you kindly. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. So I'm going to offer a meditative practice, but I want to first preface it with some concepts. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the idea of the quantum realm and the notion that we collapse wave functions with our awareness, right? So this idea that the observer, when the observer's attention arrives upon something that's in a potential state, it collapses into its potentiated form, right? It becomes real. So what I want to share today has to do with that concept very much. And it has to do with the idea that when our awareness lands upon something, it's a form of contact. It's very much like a physical form of contact. And so in the same way we can touch someone gently, you can give someone a massage, or you could be very violent. We have a great range of forms of physical contact we can make. And so it's the same thing with our awareness. And today what we're going to look at is what it's like to consider that in the act of going inwards, and what kind of awareness and what kind of contact we can make within ourselves, and how we can purify that awareness so that the contact being made is especially peaceful and supportive. And what I found is that in the practice of purifying my awareness before I go to do inner work, the results are uplifted and the efficiency of that inner work expands greatly. So we'll begin by looking at this from the perspective of 3 different places on the body: the eyes, the ears, and the nose. And the idea here is that the awareness that we're bringing inwards, we're bringing in through our eyes, through our ears, and through our breath. And so what we're going to do is focus on purifying the eyes and bringing that visual acuity inwards, purifying the ears and bringing that listening inwards, purifying the breath and bringing that breath inwards. And so keep in mind as we do this that you're making peaceful contact. And it's good to think of it in a physical way, because we're going to work at doing this very, very, very lightly. So I would like everyone to find a comfortable position. If you're not already comfortable, find a position that's going to allow for the greatest amount of stillness. And I am going to try to bring my microphone up a little closer so that I can be a little more intimate with you all. So let's begin right now. Don't close your eyes yet. We're going to begin with the act of closing the eyes. And I'd like you to do that very, very gently so that your eyelids understand the purpose for being closed. So closing the eyes very, very slowly with great purpose. And this is the first ritual we're offering, the first act of going inwards. So as the eyes close really, really gently and you feel the eyelids make contact, I want you to allow for a very gentle smile to come upon your face. And notice right now, as this smile spreads across your face, that you can feel your own smile in your eyes. When you're really smiling and feeling that smile, you can sense it in your eyes, and we see this in our lives too. We see that when someone smiles at us, their eyes are smiling. And so we're going to bring that smiling energy into the eyes and allow that visual smiling energy to begin to move inwards. And let's bring it towards our ears. Let's look inwards with this smiling energy at the feeling of the inside of our ears. And just feeling that smile in the eyes and noticing that you can start to feel it in your ears as well. You can give the quality of your listening this smiling energy. And now we're going to do the same thing by bringing that feeling of your own smile to the tip of the nose and the feeling of your breath. Just feel your body softening. And feel that smile beginning to build in your eyes, your ears, at the tip of your nose with your breath. And now, like a very gentle waterfall, we're going to allow that light that's built up with your eyes and your ears and your breath to begin to waterfall very slowly down into the heart space. But let this happen very, very slowly. And allow the arrival of your awareness in the heart space to be as gentle and as subtle as it can be. The way your attention is arriving here is light as a feather. So that smiling energy in the eyes, softly making contact in the heart space. Just feeling your smile flow downwards, and you're listening. Your listening is full of that smile, and it's flowing into that heart space. And each breath, as you feel the sensations at the tip of your nose, is charged with that smile. And when we inhale that smile into the heart space very, very softly. Really imagining the movement of the light from these 3 points like a slow motion liquid light waterfall. Just softly flowing down into that space and seeing what it's like to bring kind listening, kind looking, kind breathing, centralized within your heart. Very, very soft. Be very gentle with this arrival. Remember that you're making contact. And this is a kind and careful form of contact within your being. And just to deepen the practice a little bit, take a moment to simply admire the being performing this practice. Just feel your own admiration falling upon your shoulders and your head softly like snow. Just admire the one performing the practice, and then ride that admiration back into the heart space. Feel your aura relaxing. Any feeling of trying to control the space around you with your aura, let that soften as this smiling inward energy just continues to flow into the heart. As your attention rests in that space, feather light. And now, noticing how gently and carefully we have arrived here. Let's very, very slowly set the intention to be return, but we're going to return as slowly as we can. But we're going to leave the light that we have accumulated in this heart space, the smiling inward energy, we're going to leave it there and softly begin to float upwards. And just on the way, checking in with your smiling breath. And just resting there for a moment at the tip of your nose. Checking in with the smiling ears and the feeling of listening with a smile. You can feel it in the empty space in your ears. You can feel that smile. And finally checking in with that feeling of the smile in the eyes. And just noticing that we have purified our awareness by orienting the eyes and the ears and the breath with kindness. And that we can offer this quality of awareness internally whenever we need it. But right now, we're going to take a moment to begin our return, to finalize our return. And we're going to bring that smiling awareness out into the world while holding that feeling of light in our heart. So just as we began, I want you to bring the eyelids apart with purpose. Let your eyelids know what their purpose is in opening. And still feeling that smile inward and outward. And taking some time to come back.
Simon. Thank you, Simon. So allow everybody to kind of get your energy back in here. I want to really sincerely thank you very much, Simon, for being a part of this. And yeah, awesome. How are you feeling over there? How was that process for you? There might be a couple questions here. How you doing? Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, my pleasure. I mean, I'm feeling very smiley. I'm feeling bright. I feel brighter and clearer. And I think doing that with a large group of people really amped it up. It feels quite, thank you everyone for supporting that. And I really hope that we can bless the rest of this event and this day with that kind awareness.
There it goes. No, thank you. Oh, there she is. And you guys can see in the background, I'm trying to get these camera angles and views straightened out. Thank you so much. So I got a lot of very noticeable eye energy on that. Thank you for helping me open that up as well. But yeah, I really honor you and just what you bring. And so, yeah, thank you very much. Miss Cathleena Hailey, how are you? I'm just going to go ahead and bow out and let you guys just keep rolling. But yeah, thank you, Cathleena. Here you go.
Great. Thank you. Okay, well, what I want to do today is I want to take you guys, like I said, past the space-time continuum, past the free will zone, which is around the Earth, in order to expand your energy and to release some of these, what I'm calling false frequencies. Specifically, I want to work on or help you release the false frequency of abundance, which is money, actually, because money carries with it, money is signified as source, because money is thought of as how you become safe, how you become free, how you become sovereign is supposed to be through money, and none of those is truthful. So that's why it's considered like the false abundance, and it carries with it competition and greed and lots of lower frequencies. So what I'd like to do is just step in, expand this frequency, and take you guys, out and see where this goes. So I will guide you through some of this. If the things that I'm saying don't seem to resonate with you, that's okay. Just allow it, because I'm going to be working with a group on different things that I'm seeing. And how I work is I see what I consider the human template. And so I'll see your template, and I'll be able to actually move some things that are on your body, and the different frequencies that I'm working with. Okay. So if we want to begin, let's everybody just close your eyes and start taking some nice deep breaths. And we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just letting go and relaxing. And again, nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just let go. Again, nice big breath. And let go. And we're going to begin to expand. Just expanding our energy. We're going to let go. There's a hook in the solar plexus. We're going to unhook that. This is tethering you to this false matrix. So take a deep breath. This is the archetypal images of, it's a masculine energy. That's great. We're going to unhook that. We're going to release that through the front of the central channel as we're continuing to expand. Just going to allow yourself to expand, taking a deep breath. Just going to keep expanding. Allow for your edges to let go. Imagine just little particles in your body, just releasing as we expand. There's a lot of tension, a lot of fear. You cannot lose anything that is authentically you. We are only releasing all that is not you. Take a deep breath. And continue to expand. Going to continue to expand. We're going to lift off the front of the body. It's almost like a covering, it's a false protection. There's some fear that's related to letting go. Again, you cannot lose anything that is authentically you. Just take some breaths, big breath. And keep expanding. Just allowing the body to expand. And continue to expand. There's a lot of holding mentally. We're releasing all that is not you. This false matrix, this false abundance, this illusion of limits. Just keep breathing. That's good. As we continue to expand. Big breath. Expanding more. Just keep expanding. Allowing for this kind of shell on the skin to release. Just keep breathing and just allowing and expanding. Just keep allowing and imagine expanding with your breath. Just getting wider and wider in our energy. Just keep expanding. It's almost like a thick sort of a plasmic field that's holding some of you. There's some attachments. There's attachments to, there's a lot of fears that you would lose things that are you. You will not lose anything that's authentically you. You're going to detach that illusion from the heart. Take a deep breath. It's a lot of collective belief of losing something familiar. Just keep breathing. We're not losing anything. We're releasing limits, the illusions. Just keep expanding. We're going to expand more. I'm going to call in some of the guides, the galactics, to clear some of this frequency. That's a lot of fear. It's a lot of archetypal fear. We're just going to remove from this field as we're now continuing to expand. That's great. Big breath and expand. Taking you out past the space-time continuum. We're moving past the free will zone. Keep expanding and breathing. So we're getting larger and larger. Keep expanding. There's a consciousness that's moving in to help facilitate much of this for many of you. It's an authentic mental. We'll call it divine father, sort of this universe. This energy is moving into your field to clear and clarify, to bring in kind of a balance to your mental body. Take a deep breath so that you can feel more stable. There's a shakiness in your energy. There we go. Let that move in. It's a frequency. Just allow it to come into your field. As we continue to expand, take a deep breath. It's integrating and recalibrating your carbon DNA with this, we'll call it an authentic mental frequency. And allow for little particles to actually leave the body as we keep expanding. This is this false abundance, competition. It's actually a fear that you have to find who you are. We're just going to let that float out like little particles, and it's being replaced with this high frequency. There we go, of this divine masculine. That's great. Take a deep breath. Now this very, very bright, bright, bright white light of your divine creator is now coming forward and encompassing you and integrating into your being. Into your carbon DNA, recalibrating the carbon DNA with the divine essence of your soul imprint, of your reason for coming here. We'll keep expanding and breathing and allowing. As your divine creator is now integrating, that's great, into particularly all the organ structures, into the central and peripheral nervous system, and recalibrating the entire cellular body. That's great. Just allow for this recalibration. Beautiful. Just allowing this to integrate. So there's also another divine frequency. It's like a pink light. This is called the Divine Mother, or the authentic kind of feminine sort of frequency that's moving up your central channel. It's going to integrate with this masculine mental and your source, which has brought you your soul essence, and this trinity is now moving through your central channel, reintegrating and calibrating your entire central channel through the entire nervous systems, brainstem, brain. It's going to move through the entire body, doing a recalibration of the entire cellular body, carbon, DNA. Take a deep breath and allow this. I'm going to expand you out a bit more as this recalibration takes place. Just allow, you cannot lose anything that is you. This is authentically you. This divine masculine, feminine, and your basic soul signature, reintegrating, recalibrating. Beautiful. Bringing into this divine 0 point. Begin to direct you back towards the earth. So coming back down, take a deep breath. So now we're moving directly into and opening up to the core of Gaia as she welcomes these divine frequencies of the recalibration of you, connecting into her core, her ascension process, recalibrating you to this ascension process with her as we're back in, surrounded by now in this crystalline core, recalibrating your whole being to the calibration of the ascension process of Gaia. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. As we're kind of spinning almost back down into the body, into the now. Just allowing yourself to come back down into your body, into the present moment. As we begin to come back in, we're going to spin the solar plexus open as well and clear out any sort of residual archetypal frequencies. Moving through the connection to the heart technology, clearing just a little bit more through that solar plexus. There we go. Take a deep breath and settle in. Just got to clear a little bit more through that solar plexus and the sacral chakras, the abdominal cavity a bit. There we go. We're going to clear out the liver a little bit too. Good. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Allow yourself to begin to come back down into your body. And clear a little bit more in the liver. Some archetypal little anger. Just releasing out. There we go. Allowing the recalibrations. Just continuing to recalibrate to the divine frequencies, ascension of Gaia, your soul signature, authentic masculine, feminine frequencies. Let that clear more through the solar plexus, particularly a little bit on the right. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, as we come back down into our body, all the way down, beautiful. There we go, big breath, just allowing, still clearing to the solar plexus a little bit more. A lot of those archetypal frequencies. There we go. Great, and as you get more comfortable, when you're ready, you can come back. Begin to open your eyes. Beautiful. Drink plenty of water.
Thank you. We're still going to pause for a few more moments here. Thank you, Cathleena. For everybody else out there in the world who's on this broadcast, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this process, these meditations, these offerings of spirit and multidimensional frequency. And so we really want to give it up for Mrs. Excuse me, can't even say it. There's a lot of energy going on here. Cathleena Hailey, thank you for being a part of this. Just real quickly before we move on, how is that process for you when you're in that space, connecting with everyone's energy? Because I felt a big liver energy there. And for everyone at home, if you're feeling the peripheral vision in the corners of your eyes, guess what? That's your liver energy. But yeah, how is that for you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel it. I mean, I literally feel it in my body. I mean, when I step in, I mean, I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, I'm watching it, you know. So I mean, I'm very aware. Like I literally could see, like, you know, the different bodies. I could see all of it, and I was very aware. Especially as I come back down, I mean, I'm feeling it, you know, in my body. So I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware. I can tell when it's a huge group and the different energies. I can tell it's collective, and yeah. So I'm very aware. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. I hope I didn't jump in too quick there. It was rather fast, but yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah, there was a lot of energy there. I felt a huge clearing, and what I felt, which was really great. So commend everybody that was here. But there was a big piece for the collective. That's why it almost looked like if it were like a sticker. And when you pulled it off, and it was sort of floating, and we were able to siphon it off, and it was a big, like, you know, holding of. It was a lot of the archetypal, but it was a lot of that holding of like, I'm afraid to let go of what I already know, even though it's not working for me. But it was that energy, and we really siphoned that off so that we can be in the now and begin to actually create something new. And that was huge, and I could see it. It was like, you know, pieces of people.
Yeah. No, whoa, thank you. Yeah, totally. Especially on that liver energy. My goodness, maybe that's a signal for me too. I was like, as soon as we go to liver, I'm like, okay, something's happening. So,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really, We're just going to give it a couple more minutes. And Kathleen, thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and bump you out as we keep going. So we're going to take you off screen. Thank you. And so as we continue to keep moving forward, you guys, we'll just say it once again. Please do share this video. You can help us get the word out just about true multidimensional healing, about the intuitive frequencies, about the consciousness that is awakening within each and every person here that is watching this live stream right now. You are part of a movement. You are part of a tribe, and you are part of a soul group of individuals who chose to be a part of this human experience. And so no matter where you are in the world, thank you. Thank you for being here. Please share this video. Help us get the word out about truth. Help us get the word out about what I believe to be and what is demonstrated here today is authenticity and just a true desire to grow and heal and change and experience just what I believe to be the true magic of this realm. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and start a whole other chapter here. And so for everybody that's been here so far, feel free to kind of move yourself around a little bit, kind of reposition yourself. Some of you guys are even going to be guided, and get ready. Here we go, guys. Some of you guys are going to be guided to massage the bottoms of your feet, if that's a thing that you can do. Some of you guys will begin to feel a little bit of warmth in the palm of your hands, and you'll have an urge to just begin working with your thumbs and your wrists and start palpating and massaging places like your wrists and your ankles and your feet while I'm talking. And there's going to be a few people out there today that are going to instantly hear that, and they're going to start connecting with those areas on your body, because we're going to be letting a little bit of energy out today, guys. We've all been accumulating energy, emotion, all sorts of buildup from the chaos in the world, from the craziness, from all of the change, from the collective shadow that's being aired. And so for those of you guys that are here, just tune in with those areas of your body as we get started here. So you guys know me, you know I'll talk for a really long time, so I like to put on a little bit of a timer for myself here today. But as we're getting settled in here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to begin with just a very gentle and deep breathing all the way down in your belly. Like there's a balloon or a basketball. I want to start out today by reminding everyone that there's no mudras, there's no mantras that you have to repeat here today. Your mission is to receive this energy, to allow yourself to continue to open, to receive the gifts of spirit and the magic that you created for yourself in this life. And so for the past 2 months, myself and a group of over 60 individuals on the earth plane, in conjunction with non-physical beings that are assisting us with our growth, with our process, with our awakening here on the earth plane. Well, for the past 2 months, we have been connecting and going through a very specific process of training. It's called the Blue Flame Collective. And for the first time on the earth plane here today, this group of beings in both physical and non-physical bodies have gathered together here in this now moment to assist our collective in the discovery of truth and the activation of who you truly, truly chose to become in this life. And so we start out with just gentle, deep breathing all the way down in your belly. Nice and slow and gentle. I'd like you to consciously welcome that childhood imagination, that version of yourself that still exists within you in that world of magic, that fantasy realm. It's like a cartoon movie inside your body. Consciously welcome that version of yourself here today. And in your mind's eye, in your own way, acknowledge those other multidimensional beings who have gathered together here today with us. The faces on social media, the names in the chat. Just simply acknowledge this group, acknowledge these members. And when you're ready, I'll count from 3 to 1, and I'd like everyone here as one unit, as one group, as one being to take a deep breath in. This is our soul group synchronization in 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Let your breath out like a snake, like a shh, like a steam valve. Allow that sound to emit from your body. It's as if you're releasing pressure and tension simply with these synchronized breaths. Let's do one more deep breath in as a group in 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Let that breath out slow and smooth. Feel the depressurization of your belly as you exhale. Acknowledge the emotion in your body. Acknowledge your desires. Acknowledge the anticipation. Acknowledge that within you is that spiritual warrior, that great mystic, that ancient healer, that being that exists within you that came here with a true purpose, with a true mission. We are the underdogs. We are the last ones chosen. We are the ones that came here in the background, waiting, training, watching, assisting, waiting for that one moment, that one incarnation, that one timeline in which you were truly ready to finally, fully, and completely shine your light. Allow that blue flame of truth and justice within you once again, that divine purpose. Take that third breath in with me and begin the lighting of the flame within the body once again in 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Allow your body to drift. Allow yourself to feel. Simply notice your internal environment. Honor those emotions. Honor the images in your mind. Honor the healing, the experience, the memories. Watch as they float past you in your mind's eye in this eternal realm. As all those members of the Blue Flame Collective in physical bodies and non-physical bodies ignite the flame within you once again. Allow yourself to become the true conduit, the true source, the true version of you. Allow yourself to receive this transmission. Om Shrim Sarveshwaraya Namaha. Om Shrim Param Jyotishe Namaha. Om Shrim Param Premaya Namaha. Om Shrim Param Karunyaya Namaha. Om Shrim Param Pavitraya Namaha. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Take a deep breath in. Ogam Satyam. Ogam Satyam. Ogam Satyam. We honor each and every one of you gathered together here with us in the physical body, in the physical realm, on behalf of those multidimensional beings here in their human suits, in their human bodies, those that chose to incarnate in this year, in this time, for this great shift, for this great awakening. We honor each and every one of you gathered together here with us today. We ask that you place your attention and your focus, your energy, your alignment at the sides of the head, at your temples, Allow your emotions to flood in. Allow those memories to glide by. Let's release old energy. Take a deep breath in. Very good. Allow yourself, wherever you are, simply acknowledge the emotions, acknowledge the energy, acknowledge the release in your body in 3, 2, 1. Gentle breath in. As we move our collective energy downward into the heart, into the chest, simply allow yourself to receive and take a deep breath in. We honor the energy of forgiveness. We honor the energy of trust. We honor the energy of integrity. We honor the energy of honesty. We honor the energy of truth. We ignite that flame within ourselves once again. With that next breath, we allow that energy, that liquid, that wind, that force, that frequency, that emotion within us to move downward to the belly, to the solar plexus, to that turbine of true strength, power, intuition, ancestral knowledge. As we hold our energy and our focus at the solar plexus, allow yourself to receive this transmission. Om Nishanayayam Traya Swaha. Om Nishanayayam Traya Swaha. Om Nishanayayam Traya Swaha. Prepare for transmission. Bring your awareness to the power within you. Bring your awareness to the still small flame flickering within you. Bring your awareness to the healer, to the warrior, to the great mystic, to the ancestral knowledge pouring and emitting and flowing from your solar plexus. Feel that energy in your body. Acknowledge you are now returning to this realm in your full capacity as you watch that liquid, that energy, that fire, that wind within you drift downward, downward to the perineum, to the bottom, to the lowest reaches of your body, right down there. As we hold our energy underneath us, we begin to feel the pulsation, the heartbeat, the energy of the organic Gaian grid, that Earthstar chakra underneath us, pulsing once again within the crystalline core of the planet. As we hold our energy and awareness downward, allow yourself to receive this final transmission. Here we go. Let's take a deep breath in 3, 2, 1. In the name of the one infinite creator, we love you, we see you, we honor you, we are you. Allow yourself to receive. Allow your breath to return. Allow the awareness to rise up within you once again. Allow the emotion. Simply notice the energy of your thoughts, the sensations in your body. Acknowledge the desires and the images, the emotions, the memories. On this date, you pass through a gateway into the next version of you, wherever you are in this realm, whatever stage you're at, in whatever manner this energy reaches you. We honor you. We thank you. In the name of the one infinite creator, so it is, so it is, so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can just let everybody kind of come on back into your bodies. Good job, everyone. For a lot of us here today, those are very new processes, very new feelings. We're going through new sensations in the body, and each individual here brings their own frequency, their own offering. And I want to thank each and every person for being here. As I pass it over to Miss Barbara Buck. So thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and bring Barbara back in. Yeah, let your body settle. I love you guys. Here she comes.
Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm doing all of these meditations with you guys too. So I'm feeling like, woo, kind of riding that amazing wave that everybody's creating together right now. So I'm thinking that the best thing to do would be for us to go ahead and really, really ground that energy into the planetary body and really connect in with it. The way that I feel about the winter solstice, I absolutely love it because this is the time when nature actually, it focuses all of its energy underground, right? So the trees, they go dormant, they lose their leaves, but they focus all of their energy on their roots, gathering it together so that in the springtime, there's going to be all of these amazing blooms and blossoms and fruits and things like that. And all of nature does that. So even though on the surface, it looks really quiet and soft and gentle, underneath the surface, there's all of this energy being created. So we're connected to that. We're connected to the planetary grid system. We're connected to the energy of Mother Gaia. We're also connected into the galactic frequencies through the galactic grid system. And we've got all of this amazing energy that is coming in right now to the planet. that we can access to help us can move forward in our ascension process, to help us to heal our shadow bodies. And so what we want to do is we want to start really connecting in with our 3D self here right now, this bioelectric energy, this, meat suit, which is really just a bunch of quantum particles that are vibrating at a specific frequency that creates this illusion of solidity. It's a lot of particles and empty space, and contains light and information. But then we also have all of these other aspects to us because we are multidimensional. And one of those aspects is our toroidal field and our excitonial lines that really connect us into the planetary grid system and connect us into the galactic grid system. Okay. These are very, very important to remember that we have this aspect to us. So what I'd like us to do right now is to go ahead and start becoming aware of ourselves as a multidimensional being that is connected into a multidimensional being, which is the planet Gaia, the planet Earth. And let's go ahead and start to notice that we're connected into it. So you can, hopefully you're sitting or laying down. Sometimes it's easier to sit while you're doing this. Just close your eyes and just start to feel where you are connected into the earth physically right now. It may be like you're sitting on the ground, maybe it's your feet, or just become aware that you're energetically connected into the ground. And just sit with that for a second. Just remembering that we are going through this ascension process with this planet because the planet is also a multidimensional being. What happens to the planet energetically happens to us, and vice versa as collective frequency that exists on this planet. We're all going through this ascension process together. And so all of this beautiful energy that's coming in, we receive it. We can anchor those frequency into the planetary body, and it will also really, really ground us into the planetary body so that we can start to gather the energy that we need for our springtime, which is our ascension. So close your eyes and just focus on your connection into the earth. I like to imagine that I have this beautiful golden ball of light just below my belly button in the center of my body. Some people call it the dantian. And I like to focus on that. So let's do that. Focus on your dantian. Just imagine that it's this beautiful golden ball of light. And that as you are focusing on that, you may notice that there's a laser beam of light that's connected into that dantian that is shooting down into the core of the earth and connecting you into the core star that's in the center of the earth. Really connect in with it, recognizing that the frequencies in the center of the earth are part of you. Just focus and connect and make that line really straight. And then you'll also notice that from that dantian, that beautiful golden ball just below your belly button in the center line of your body, that there's a laser beam shooting straight up and out, right at the top of your head. Okay. This is something that people like to call the Hara line, and you can see this on multiple layers of your multidimensional body. So you can just envision it however you want. I like to envision a gold line that goes down from the center of the earth straight through my dantian and up and out my head, and it expands into the universe. Some people like to imagine it going into the sun. Some people like to imagine it going into the central sun, Andromeda. Whatever feels good to you. Maybe you want to connect in with your home planet sun. Whatever feels good. But just connect in with it. Just imagine that this beautiful kind of single root that is connecting you into the ground is also connecting you into the stars. And that you are in the middle of it. Just focus on that for a minute. feel that energy from the planet just really start to move up that line into your body. Connect with it, ground with it. And then you also want to feel the galactic energy, all of this beautiful light that's coming into the planet right now that we have access to. It may present for you as these beautiful colors of the aurora. It may be a gold light or a silver light or an aquamarine blue or a rainbow frequency of colors. Whatever feels good to you, just go ahead and connect in with that and imagine that that is just moving down through that line into your body and mixing with that earth energy. And just imagine that all those frequencies are commingling in your physical body and in the rest of your energy field as well. And just saturate yourself. Now notice that just below you, underneath the ground that you're sitting on or standing on or laying on right now, underneath you, there are grid lines. These are the Earth's axiotonal lines. You've got axiotonal lines. You've got a toroidal field that's around you. The Earth has a toroidal field. It's got axiotonal lines that you are connected into. Your body mimics the planetary body in its energy field. And this is part of it. So just imagine that you've got these lines underneath you. Just connect in with them. Check them. Do they look bright? Do they look shiny? Do they look like a beautiful golden color or silver color, whatever looks good to you? Or do they maybe look like they could use a little bit of love and attention? This morning I had that happen with me as I connected into the earth, and I found that there's a little bit of crustiness going on in the grid lines underneath where I was sitting. And so I decided to share all this beautiful galactic energy with it. So if you feel like maybe those lines need a little bit of attention and a little bit of light body energy coming from the galactic body, go ahead and bring that down into your being and blast them down into the grid lines that are below you and share that energy with the earth. Anchor it in. And if the grid below you already looks beautiful, that's wonderful. Then just sit in that energy and just really just be in resonance with it. This morning I just sat in this feeling of all this beautiful energy that I was being bathed with. Sometimes we need to take a little break from trying to do things, and we just need to sit with the energy and what already is. So we're going to do that for a couple more minutes. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to just let you sit in that energy. Wow, it's really different to do that on your own and to feel everybody else's energy as they kind of contribute in bringing those frequencies in. This is something that you can do for yourself whenever you feel like ungrounded, or you feel like you're tired, or you don't have enough energy. Recognize that you have infinite amounts of energy. You've got energy within you, your own connection to source frequency. You've got connection into Gaia and Gaia's energy, and you have connection into the galactic bodies and the galactic energies and frequencies that are there. So you have infinite amounts of energy that are available to you at all times. So it's really important to ground that energy in, and we always do a great service to the earth and to the rest of humanity. We go ahead and we sit in calm and kindness and peace and joy, and just sit and connect in with the earth and share that energy with the earth and the grid system, because what we're doing is we're feeding that grid system with this beautiful energy that everybody else can experience too. So I'll give you guys another couple of minutes. I know I usually do these big long-winded meditations, but today I really just wanted you guys to feel the energy of what's going on the planet right now, the beautiful energy that's there. And I know sometimes all we feel is shadow, but recognize that underneath that shadow is this light, and that light is what transmutes that shadow. And we are a part of that. Each and every one of us, we're a part of it individually in our self-work, and we're a part of it as a collective. So thank you so much for being a part of this and for doing your part to help the ascension process of all of us. So thank you.
And we are back. Thanks. Thank you, Barbara. How was that process for you when you feel the energy of everyone within the group tapping in, like the difference? What is that like? What are you perceiving in that space?
Well, you know, everybody got all primed up from you guys before it. So everybody was really juiced up already with a bunch of transmissions and frequencies and clearing that happened. And so at that point, I was like, there is just nothing left for me to do but to just sit with this with everybody and let them kind of really feel what it feels like. And to me, I started getting buzzed. I started feeling buzzed, to be quite frank with you. The frequency was really high to me personally, connected into it. I felt this real big buzz and vibration kind of coming down through me while I was sitting there, to the point of where I probably could have sat in it all day. I had to consciously keep myself in the moment. Did you feel anything?
I have been. I mean, I've been like kind of going in and out of my body here ever since Cathleena started out. I was like, you know, I mean, Simon instantly put, you know, kind of like put me in a little bit of a trance. You know, it was like this. It was like a charismatic trance, and then like she came in and I felt this, you know, liver energy move, and then I went through my process. And I'll be honest, I don't even know what that was, guys. That's literally spirit working through, and this is what we're called to do. And then honestly, you came in and really grounded this thing, and really I think brought people back into their bodies, at least from my, you know, like perspective. It's like we're okay, we're back into this new body, and for some of us here, a new timeline, a new stage. I mean, truly. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And hopefully Z's there, still in the background. I know she's still around here somewhere. But yeah, there she is. And so we're gonna pull Barbara out, and I'm just gonna hand it over to you, Z. Thank you for being here. And yeah, take it away.
Aloha. I've got the echo on. Beautiful angels. Wow, I'm like spacey. I'm just feeling so good sitting with everything that you guys have been doing. So I gotta take a second. Just sharing this love that I'm feeling for you guys and everybody that's tuning in, and just really seeing everybody around the planet and just holding this love energy. And so today I want to bring in then the energy of coherence. What I was seeing was that it seems like we were all these individual streams of light that was channeling in light and sending love to the earth. And yet still in the physical, there seems to be these little firmaments between people. And I recognize this just in the way, it's almost like even social media, it like has this subtle energy where it's almost like it's a programmed frequency. Like if you're staring at your screen, it almost incites you to fight people and to like be rude to each other. And so I want to explore that energy. I want to create and facilitate this dissolution of that firmament so that we can really work with the compassion energy, this energy of coherence, not just within ourselves, but really coherence between a large group of people. I feel like there is a lot of agendas and energy that is spent keeping people divided. Of course, is not a new concept, but this is literally something that we can achieve energetically. So this is what we're gonna move into. I'm gonna bring in the sound healing. And what we want to do is actually almost see us in this almost like a film around the earth where we're all in this party and we're all just having a great time, and we all actually know each other and love each other and appreciate each other, and have this willingness to get to know and to understand instead of jumping on the divisions. And I feel like by us holding down this energy, we can then send that energy into the collective to soften any levels of that aggression that people might just want to throw on each other on moment's notice over nothing. And this is what the control system wants us to do, is to attack each other, so we're not standing together and uniting to stand up to lift ourselves out of slavery. And so we're going to focus around the heart and the energy of true compassion, the energy of true innocence and true angelic consciousness, which is our original state of being. Almost as if looking at each other, looking at the plants, looking at our reality through the lens of love and appreciation truly in every moment. So my intention is that through our work together, that this energy really brings humanity into more harmony in our interactions with each other. So let's see what happens. And I invite you to just tune into that gentle, curious, delighted, excited part of us that is happy to be alive, that is joyful to see beauty and to experience love and to touch one another with gentleness and love and compassion. And this true inner part of us that had to build these confinements and protections around us, but reaching into that vulnerable part and just allowing that part to breathe, allowing that part to almost open its eyes and to realize that the truth is that this reality is actually full of beauty and love, and that this is the world that is original to us. This is the energy that is original to us. And so almost when we tune into this true energy of humanness, we recognize all of the parts and energies inside of our body and mind that are not original to that. The fear, the judgment, the violence, the control, and just allowing our awareness to almost bubble into those places simply through our awareness that this truth and love inside of our body is so much more powerful than that, almost as if this innocence just overrides those energies. just breathe down into the lower body in a minute, expanding the belly gently. Expanding the belly out into the place of resistance and then releasing, breathing out. Releasing any resistance or tension. And if the energy is a little bit intense for you right now, just breathe gently, leaning into gravity, allowing this release into the planetary body to hold you in this moment. And just allow the frequencies to come in, these angelic frequencies which are here to tear apart the distortions. And as well, just breathe into the lower body to any parts of ourselves that are in pain or are stuck or are frozen or are missing. And just send this love down into them, this connection to the truth of the universal oneness, the creation's love for every single part, within and without. And so we're breathing into our sexual organs, releasing any imprisonment or implantation or technologies or mind control programming that has shaped our energy to be siphoned. We are clearing and deleting and restoring all distortions in our sexual organs, our sexual energy, pulling a line right up into our heart, recognizing that our sexual energy is innocent, that our creative energy, it is for us to experience our pleasure. It's not the source of suffering. Our pleasure was created so that we can experience creation as benevolent and as love. This is the original, yes, the original way that we connect with ourself. And now pulling that line right up into our third eye and crown. Recognizing that even these, especially these parts of ourselves, are not only worthy of connecting to our most divine and highest self, but they are truly one in essence. That they function together in our energetic, creative makeup, and pull that line right over our head, down through the heart again, pulling our celestial, higher self, source-connected inspirations, swirling that in with our imagination, so our thoughts, they're married with the divine, our thoughts and our imagination, and that which we're creating with our mind in every moment is divine and of love and compassion. And then pull that line down into the heart, grounding it into our human love expression. May that connection flow through our hands, and that every touch, everything that we create that comes through our throat and our hands are of divine love. And now pull that energy right down into the sacral, into the belly, into the sexual energy, and recognize that this is your power, this is your creative energy. And when you are in alignment, this is when we can create infinite abundance. The true codes of abundance, we're connecting to her, marrying our thoughts to the divine, and allowing that to guide our every expression and activation of our sexual energy, that all of our creative energy goes to the co-creation of heaven. that connection we made with all the people that are listening to this now or later, how we've connected to each other through love and true friendship. Well, now through that web, we're going to shoot out through our heart, through our DNA, through our somatic body into all of the resonating somatic bodies on the planet, meaning we're almost shooting out this true vaccine, sending out this vaccine for the false light, for the mind control, for the control system. We're just sending out through our heart grid into all of humanity so that these codes, they tickle them. They say, look how good it feels here to be free. And we remember that our compassion, the light workers, we have not come to this planet to scoff at humans. We didn't come to this planet to judge them. We came here to support humanity and the universe in uplifting and evolving into the next octave of ourself as a collective universal being. And so we recognize that our human brothers and sisters, they're just waking up out of amnesia. They have amnesia sickness, and we want to share our medicine with them. We want to hug them. We want to sing to them. We want to say, hey, look how beautiful this world can be when we're free. And allow that playfulness to just vibe through the body, setting all the parts of you that are afraid to be yourself, afraid to express yourself, all the most mystical parts of yourself that you've had to hide. Allow those parts to be free and to play in this field. And just breathe in for a moment, allowing the energy to move through your toroidal field right into the earth, nourishing all the original magical realms of this planet. Remembering the original guardianship, humanity's sacred duty and role and part in the ecosystem of this planet. Reclaiming that through our energy, through our cells, through our soul's essence, and just breathing into those realms of magic that gives life to all beings. And in that place, we feel reverence, we feel reciprocity, we feel a gratitude, we feel a deep joy, and we feel a deep awe for the infinite mystery and perfection of creation itself. The code of our original human divinity. And may that be stored as a sacred seed in your heart, so that in every step, in every breath, in every movement and thing you create, that energy flows through you with effortless naturalness. Thank you for being here, for doing the work.
Thank you, Z. Thank you, thank you. Everyone else that's out there, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of this process. Hopefully you guys ground your energy and pull ourselves back into the physical body. This has been an incredible sampling and incredible arrangement of just energies of offerings. We're going to bring Simon back in there too. I see him. Simon's also back. Hey guys, Barbara and Cathleena will be back soon as well. But thank you, Z. Before we kind of go to the next stage here, how is that process for you? How is that feeling? What's that like for you when you're in that moment and like connecting with everyone's energy?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I noticed that there was so much energy coming in because my hands and my feet and my face start going numb. And it's almost like when you do breath work, for a long time, and you're like, oh my God, there's so much energy. And like, my main task of 2021 is to work out and build muscle, because I'm realizing that the amount of energy that we're channeling, like we need muscles that are tightly wound to actually ground that. And so that's been the guidance, but it's so beautiful. I'm just so honored that, we get to sing these songs and we get to breathe in these energies now on the earth, because it's actually so profound on a cosmic universal level. And I just want us so much to remember that in every moment and to walk in that alignment. And remember, there's no war. We're not fighting. Like, this is an inevitability that is unfolding, and we get to participate in it.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Z. What we're going to do here, you guys, is we're just going to let every individual here just kind of close out with their own statement. I want to make everyone aware, as all of you guys know, everybody that is here today, there are many events, there are many meditations, there are many people here on the earth plane. And I want everybody here to also have an opportunity to join those other processes. It's really not all about us here. And what we're doing is we're giving everybody a piece, another piece of the puzzle, another piece of the great mystery, another piece of yourself. And so I want to thank everybody for being here and hanging out with us. I'm going to hand it over next. We're going to give it over to Simon, and just let us know, how are you doing? How can people reach you after this? How can we just take part in the stuff that you're doing and your own offerings? I know you're not really on Facebook anymore, but we're gonna go ahead and start it out with Simon. Yeah, how can we find you in the digital realm?
Yes, please come find me. So I have a YouTube channel. You can look up Simon Esler. You can find me there. That's a good place to start because I'm going to be putting out an interview in the next couple weeks with the creators of 1,000 Pieces. If you guys haven't seen that documentary, it's really, really amazing. You can also find me on Instagram. That's where I'm sort of rebuilding some of my social media since the Facebook purge. You can find me at Simon Esler 1111. I'm also on Twitter at Simon Esler and Parler at Esler Simon. So you can find me there. Also, edgeofwonder.tv. Come check out my show Worlds Within. I have previews of a bunch of episodes on my YouTube channel. And keep an eye out for a new series that I'm creating for Dauntless Dialogue. So that'll be coming out end of this year, in the new year, very soon.
Awesome. Thank you. And if you can, Simon, please put your links in the chat. Everybody that wants to find Simon, please do so. And so, yeah, reach out to him. There's an incredible wealth of knowledge. And also, Cathleena, how can they find you out there in the digital realm? How can we stay, just in touch with this energy that we were creating today?
Thank you. Well, for now, frequencyadjuster.com. You can find me. The CathleenaHailey.com. It is a page up, but it's not functioning. I'm going to change it. So hopefully that will be up also very soon. And I do have a lot of classes that I have that I've offered, but they're not on the website. So if you send me a message on Messenger or my email, CathleenaHailey@gmail.com, and just say classes, I can send you some info on those until they're, published on the website.
Absolutely. Thank you. Please do check out her work, you guys. I had a healing from Cathleena earlier this year, and it was as if I felt, literally layers of my energy body, layers of emotion live. They're just out in the sun, out at this conference, sitting there feeling just so much leaving the body. So please do take advantage of what she offers. And also, Barbara, what do you got going on? What's happening in your world? How can we find you?
So I've been doing a lot of mentoring, and I got a little bit overwhelmed with it because I have so many people and nobody kind of leaves me. They stay with me. So I'm putting a hold on my mentoring projects. And for 2021, I'm focusing solely on doing, I've got 3 things going. First, I've got this beautiful property that I bought, and we're creating a healing space for people to be able to come and do their self-work. And so I'm really excited about that. It's in the beautiful rainforest of Oregon. It's a really wonderful space, and I'm excited to connect in with everybody on that level, on a more personal level, instead of in the digital realm all the time. I'm still continuing. I do energy healing. That's my always a focus, right? So if anybody ever needs any energy work or intuitive help, because I do a lot of intuitive development type stuff for people, helping them to connect into their own kind of multidimensionality and things like that. That's very important to me as well. And then the third thing, my third focus is going to be actually starting to create some kind of instant workshops that people can access so that they don't have to go through this big, long process for 12 or 13 weeks with me to learn from me. As a mentor, I want them to be able to access a lot of the information for a very low price, that they can just go in and get information. They don't need to talk to me. And then if they need to talk to me, they can book an appointment. But that's also another focus as well. So you can reach me on my website at barbarabuck.org. I also have a YouTube channel that is called The Happy Empath. And I don't post on it a lot, but I plan on doing a lot more posts and a lot more informative posts and things like that. And then I also have a blog site that I have been very much neglecting. That in 2021, one of my goals is to start writing at least one blog, or even doing a vlog once a week. That's called wearethedreamwalkers.com. And that's me.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Please check it out, barbarabuck.org. She's been one of the primary forces in my own journey. And also, Z, what's happening? How can we find you? What do you got going on?
The best way to receive free information from me is on my YouTube channel. It is the Earthstar Healer, or the Earthstar Sanctuary, all in the line. I'm going to be posting weekly healings and information. I feel like I'm working a lot these days with people who have like elemental aspects, or the galactic aspects of as well, but the sound healings and everything, they're really activating the dormant human magical parts of ourselves. I'm actually not offering sessions or teachings right now until later on this year. So if you do want to support us in building our school here in New Mexico, you can find me on Patreon and support me that way as well. So yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you once again. And finally, for everyone that is here, it is no mistake. In my own world, for those of you guys that want to stay in touch with the work that I'm doing, well, first of all, you are there at the School of Multidimensional Intuition YouTube, which you're probably watching on right now. If not, we are also live on Facebook. But basically what we do every day at this stage of the game, you guys, is help people clear energy from the body. And you guys can find me on my website, rememberyourmission.com. You can book private sessions, and also readings. We do a thing called multidimensional tarot, timeline clearing. And really what we're doing is we're helping people open up the multidimensional channels in their body, your chakras, your meridians, and also the consciousness of our organs. Your organs actually have their own consciousness as we move into fourth density. And so what we're doing is on January 10th, for those of you guys that are interested in a real-life multidimensional intuitive healer training program, what we're doing is on January 10th of 2021, we're beginning the next stage of our journey. It's called the Fourth Density Survival Series. And it's a 7-week program in which we are essentially learning how to clear and open up the chakra body. And so I invite everyone, please, if you're interested, check us out. Every single individual here has their own offering, their own frequency, their own method by which they're serving this multidimensional collective. And I want to make it clear, it is not all about me. It is not all about us. We are part of a movement, a group, a soul group, a tribe of individuals that have come into this realm to assist everyone. We are going through these processes with you, right alongside of you. Everyone is figuring out this ascension, this shift all together as a group. And so what you see here today are just individuals that have joined us in this process. They put themselves on the line and they've devoted their lives to a form of service and helping everybody figure out this strange and beautiful thing we call life down here on Earth. And so that said, please do check us out at our respective websites. You can find me at rememberyourmission.com. And I'm really excited to see a lot of you guys on January 10th. Before we go, I want to open the floor if anyone here wants to say anything, and then I think Z is going to close us out. But I just want to leave it open for any of our panelists here. Anybody, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for coming. I'll just jump in because I'll always talk. So, I just wanted to say thank you to you, Matthew, especially. You just always, I tend to I'm a turtle. I like to just be in my little shell and doing my stuff, and I'm super busy seeing clients and everything. And I just, I have a hard time kind of getting out there and doing things out in the public because you know how introverted I am. So I'm just really, really grateful for you to putting these things together. And you always find these amazing people like Simon and Cathleena. I've never met you guys before, but I'm just so moved by the both of you. You guys are incredible. I feel like I've known you both for a million years. And Z, thank you, because you know how much I love you. You're my sweet pea. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. And I really, honestly, I can feel the energy from all the people connected into this recording who've been watching it and who are going to watch it, because time's not really a thing. And I wanted to thank all you guys too, because it's, you're really kind of changing the vibration of this planet just by being here and by doing your own self work. So thank you so much for being a part of that as well. And that's all I wanted to share.
I don't hear anyone else, but feel free to chime in if you want as I'm talking. For those of you guys that are gathered here today, we truly honor each and every one of you. Please check out Cathleena Hailey, Simon Esler, Barbara Buck, Z Earthstar Healer, and myself if you feel inclined. And we're going to hand it over to Z. She's going to close us out. But yeah, thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. This is 2020. This is the grand conjunction and the passage into the next stage of our journey here in the physical body. We truly honor you guys, and live from the School of Multidimensional Intuition and the Blue Flame Collective here on planet Earth in 2020. I just honor each and every one of you, and thank you for being a part of my stream's little movie. So it's an honor, everyone. I'm going to pull out and we're going to give the floor to Z. Thanks, everyone. We love you, and we'll see you in the future.
Yeah, thank you everybody for being here today, and just give yourself a little pat on the back. You know, you could have been doing anything today and you chose to participate in ceremony, and that's always something that you should take pride in, because, you know, we put our priorities in this life in honoring truth and honoring love and honoring life. And so as we just close out today, I just hope that we can all bring with us this gentleness. Remember to be gentle with ourselves, and to, of course, extend that gentleness to others, really working with that compassion energy as we move through, you know, whether it's turbulent waters or calm waters or celebrative waters. May we just always be gentle and loving towards ourselves and others. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and blessings to you in the new world. Oh.